It is 7 p.m. I'll call a common council meeting to order. Could we have roll call, please?
Iverson.
Here.
Schatzinger.
Here.
Reamer.
Here.
Gallops.
Here.
Bernert.
Here.
Kotsky. Sorensen.
Here.
Split.
Here.
We have a quorum.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So good evening. I'm Reverend Karen Gigax Rodriguez from Federated Church in Green Lake and live here in Ripon. Let us join together in a moment of prayer. Holy God, we are grateful for the gift of this day, and we pause to consider the places where we saw you distinctly getting our attention and helping us to serve you in ways that you would ask us to serve, and we also acknowledge the ways where we might have missed it, and we ask, Lord, that you would be with us this evening as we bring these reflections together and as we continue to do your work through this opportunity, through this council. Bless what happens this evening. May it be for the benefit of the people that you love in this community of Ripon. May it be for the benefit of all things good. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Terry, seconded by John. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving tonight's agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? As approved. It's now time for public comment. This is the opportunity for citizens to come before the council with comments and concerns on any current city issue, knowing no action may be taken tonight. I ask that you keep it civil and respectful and within 5 minutes. However, discussion of personnel or individual members of the Common Council shall not be permitted. I expect you to be respectful, and in return, I expect the council to treat the citizens with the same respect. Before you begin, please state your full name and address for the record. Tonight we have Nick Retzloff.
Hello. My name is Nick Retzloff. I live at 560 Fenton Street. And I was bringing up the issue of Fenton Street sidewalks. Currently, there are a couple houses towards the 23 side of Fenton Street that do have a couple sidewalks, so there's like 4 houses there. But me personally, I like to take a lot of walks from my house, from the Fenton Street place, and to Riggs or Ingle. There's a lot of residents like me that like to walk from there too. And some even with small children. And I know even one night I was coming back from the bars and I was almost, or my girlfriend was almost hit by a car, you know, walking back and it's dark and they have to swerve at the last second because they don't see the person walking on the street. And I'd also like to point out that Fenton is a shortcut street from Oshkosh to southern Ripon, so there's a lot of more traffic there than just the resident traffic. So, in conclusion, I'd just like to see a little more pushing out the sidewalk there for the rest of the housing both ways. So, I guess that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Next is accepting informal reports from standing committee and staff. And I'd like to make a motion to approve as published.
Second it.
Been moved by David, seconded by Jolene. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the informal reports, say aye.
Aye.
Next is the consent calendar. On there we have common council meeting minutes from February 13th and 26th. Is there a motion to approve those as published?
I'll make a motion to approve those as published. I'm sorry. I make a motion to approve the common council minutes for February 13th, February 26th.
Is there a second?
I will second.
Moved by Doug, seconded by David. Any discussion on the minutes? Calendar, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those are approved. First agenda item tonight is pay application number 2 for the chemical feed project. This is the final pay application for the Water Department chemical feed project with Mid-City Corporation totaling $20,953.13.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment for $20,953.13.
Second.
Moved by David, seconded by Terry. Any discussion?
But the only question I have is, everything's good, it's completely finished, there's no punch list, all is good.
SEH has finished the punch list. Everything is good. So this is final.
Thank you.
Any further questions or discussion? John?
This is for like material or the apparatus to clean the water. It's not like a every year
This,
cost, correct?
this was the infrastructure to put in place for the corrosion control treatment.
Okay.
So to pump into the water supply and treat it with ortho and polyphosphates. So as part of the corrosion control action plan.
Okay, thank you.
And just for clarification, this is for the equipment to feed the chemicals?
Yep, equipment,
There will
labor.
be
Yeah.
Okay.
ongoing chemical costs. Jolene?
Yeah, because it is ongoing, I mean, just so that people know, I think anytime, of course, you hear chemical feed, at least for me, I think,
Yes.
just to kind of put people at ease.
Yes, it's standard chemical that treat the water so it's safe to drink. Any further discussion? That is approved. Next is pay application number 6 for the State Street project. This is for RLAM totaling $17,801.34. Is this the final?
It is not the final.
Not the final, okay.
So this is the second from final, so there's still a retainage of $23,127.73. This is balancing out quantities, and for MSA and RLAM and their contractors have some cleanup to do come this spring, and then the final payment will be issued.
I'll make a motion to approve pay application 6, State Street project.
I'll second it.
Been moved by John, seconded by Doug. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving pay application number 6 for a State Street project totaling $17,801.34, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. All right, next up is the 2024 sidewalk repair proposal. Alan, would you like to give some detail on this, or is it pretty cut and dry for what's in the packet?
Attempt to answer any questions if there are.
Doug,
Oh, this is a company that we worked with at least last year, if not a couple.
several years.
Several years in a row, that's what I thought. So they're just asking for, wanting to know if we wanted to do some more? Is that what this is about?
What staff is requesting is asking to award a contract to proceed with Safe Step for the planned area for sidewalk improvements for this year. And giving staff the ability to, with a not to exceed value of $40,000, leaving approximately $10,000 or so for replacement of sidewalks that cannot be ground.
Okay.
There is a map, although it's in black and white in your packet, so I apologize for that, but I believe
Not a good
the
map.
area, if I'm not mistaken, Howard, Thomas, Grace, South Grove, and maybe some of Oak. So it's just a continuation down, down from the previous year, previous couple years of Watson Street moving west.
That is correct.
Julie?
I think someone sort of asked, is this happening again? No, my understanding is this is something that's going to be happening for a number of years, perhaps every year as we work through the city. My guess is by the time we work through the city, maybe we have to start over again, perhaps, right? I mean, how does this work?
That is correct. We continue working methodically through the city. So this, other than I don't believe I've focused any attention on Griswold yet. This should wrap up the streets as we go west, and then I'll try to get Griswold Street done next year. And then once we get the south side done, then we'll pick a location to start on the north side.
All right, Alan. Last couple of years, we've done this where we've taken 40,000, replaced sidewalks, 10
Yep.
to shave them. Are you happy with the work? I mean, are they doing enough? I mean, I guess I don't like the keep working until you've spent $50,000. You know what I mean? I mean, is a lot getting done? Are we getting a good bang for our buck?
I think it gets down to is trying to project. I have not sat down to project how long this might take us to get a cycle through the community. I think that is probably the litmus test, so to speak, as to whether or not that would satisfy the council. It also gets down to is how much more can we do and still maintain our budgets.
Right.
So I do believe that this year's budget more than last year's budget. So can you do more? Oh, absolutely. But we also have a number of other demands on our budget, such as road patching, crack filling, signage.
50,000. I mean, I know you don't have an unlimited budget.
Right.
My question is, are they giving you $50,000 worth of work? Are we getting our money's worth out of these guys?
I believe we are. In fact, I guess a bang for your buck, for lack of a better term, grinding the sidewalk is the way to stretch the dollars.
Okay.
Otherwise, if we were to just focus on replacing, or in a couple occasions last year, I did, at the request of, get a contractor to come in and bid mud jacking. And we found that the cost to mud jack was more than the cost to replace, just because there wasn't enough work, because they're having to come in and set up shop. So, and frankly, hopefully this will continue, but we got a very advantageous cost for remove and replace.
All right, thanks.
And that contractor has expressed interest in returning this year also.
Okay.
Eric?
I know you said you looked into mud jacking, but I know there's a method that they do foam jacking.
That's the one I checked
That's
into.
what you looked into? Okay.
Yes, that was very
Because mud
expensive.
jacking and foam is a little
Yeah.
different, similar, but,
Yeah, I use mud jacking as a generic term.
okay, I appreciate that.
Jolene?
Unfortunately, even if it wasn't the best bang for our buck, I see that you're right here. You're unable to identify other contractors.
Safe Step, to my understanding, is really the only company in the area that does the grinding. There used to be at least one more. Couple, 2-3 years ago, they got out of the business of grinding sidewalks or grinding concrete.
And again, so I think you found something that saves people money in that my understanding is if you can grind it down and not replace the whole thing. So thank you for bringing that cost saving to the city. And as it was identified for the EMT, when they gave their annual report, falls continue to be a big issue. And so if we can reduce that, and that means I should make a motion to approve, because I think also unique in Wisconsin, when we have a lot of movement from the snow and the water in the winter,
That is correct.
I think our sidewalks tend to move a little bit more, don't they?
Duty-free
Motion?
I will. I move to approve the proposal from Safe Step. I don't know, not to, I feel like I should read, sorry, so I'm reading from here. So forgive me. I move to approve this not to exceed $50,000 for this budget cycle.
Is it 40 or 50?
40.
For Safe Step, it would be 40,000. The overall
project.
sidewalk will be 50,000.
So are you asking the motion for both, or are you just asking?
So I move to approve a contract with Safe Step to repair and/or replace sidewalks in the city of Wisconsin not to exceed $40,000. Is that,
That'll work.
okay.
Second.
Been moved by Jolene, seconded by John. Any more discussion? Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
All those in favor of approving the proposal for Safe Step not to exceed $40,000, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Our next item is Housing Program Request Number 2. Adam?
Excuse me, Mayor. I'm going to recuse myself from this discussion and vote again this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adam?
Thanks, John. There you see homes going up. Those homes are selling now, which is really a good thing as well. So we ran out of funds last year with 6. We came back earlier this year and the council approved an allocation. And we have sold all 4, there are offers on all 4 of the grants we allocated for the San Mar lot sale program. There's a 5th builder that has a history and just requested if he could buy another lot to build a house, so we would move it to 5. So we're just seeking authorization to increase the 2024 allocation of the San Mar lot sale program to provide funding for 5 grants instead of 4. So that's a total of $11,000 in TID funds, direct TID funds, and then $11,000 of TID housing extension funds, so a total of $22,000.
I'll make a motion to approve adding the 1 lot for the housing program.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved by David, seconded by Steve. Any discussion?
Is this,
Sorry.
our budget does support this?
Yeah, so the majority of these funds are sitting, just in an account to be used. So as you see, here's some math. So we still have approximately $200,000 in housing extension funds available, as well as if you decide to close TID 5 later on, you'll add more. So there's.
Okay, thank you. He brought up what I was going to ask, and also, is this on top of the already existing proposal we have out there?
It's adding one
So
to
you're
our
really,
proposal.
just for clarification, you're amending the program to
Okay.
include one additional. So
right.
following up on Dave's motion,
Just want to make
add the
sure.
word amending the last housing request proposal.
All right, that's what I wanted to know.
So this is increasing the allocation by $22,000.
I thought the motion was for a month, I heard. Did you say a month?
1 lot.
It was for one more house at $22,000.
Oh, good.
An additional
One more
house.
house. I heard, good.
One more lot.
Yeah, sorry.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of amending the housing program, adding 1 extra lot to the Sanmar lot sale program, say aye.
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 Opposed? That is approved. Thank you. All right. Last agenda item is a resolution for tax increment district number 5's termination. Adam?
TID 5 was created in the year 2000. It included a portion kind of in the center of town around Stanton Street with Alliance Laundry as well as the apartment complex there. We had a extend an additional year for the house fair for the affordable housing. We kind of discussed that just on the previous agenda item. TID 5 is now at a point where it needs to close, so this is the termination resolution. Beyond that, we talked with Ellers about this, removing TID 5 from our TID equalized value. 12% threshold will be within 2. So to create a new TIF district, we'll have to likely close another TIF district early, which there's a candidate to do that in TID 10. So there's a little note. So this is to close and terminate, but we've been working through this with Ellers over the last couple weeks, and we're required to submit this to DOR and close out.
The termination of tax increment district number 5. That was created in the year 2000.
I will second.
It's been moved by Doug, seconded by David. Any discussion? Hearing none, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Of course. Schatzinger,
Yes.
Reamer,
Yes.
Gallops,
Yes.
Grenert,
Yes.
Sorensen,
Yes.
Split.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right, moving on to project updates and staff reports. Anything from Public Works?
Just that we're wrapping up the trees in the parks
Excellent.
and getting ready to start cutting lawns.
Naomi?
Yes, we have open book for the Board of Review will be held Wednesday, May 22nd, between 11 and 1 p.m., and it will be by phone appointments only. The number for the City of Ripon's appraiser, Associated Appraisal Consultants, is 920-749-1995. The Board of Review meeting will be held June 4th between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. at the City Hall Council Chambers. Effective January 1, 2022, Wisconsin law requires that at least one member of the Board of Review complete a Wisconsin Department of Revenue approved training each year. So I will need one member to take some training this year. Please see me if you're interested, Dave.
There.
Yes, you are.
All right, Adam? Or were you done?
Are you done?
I forgot to ask.
As well, and we are going to have in-person absentee voting will begin next Tuesday. So from 7:30 in the morning till 4 p.m., you can come in and do the in-person absentee voting. And
Sorry.
sorry.
No, Adam.
Thank you, Naomi.
Can I ask a follow-up? Do you need election workers?
I do have election workers, but I would gladly love to have some more because we do need some backups, and I do not have any spare election workers right now.
Yeah, just before the meeting here, we did announce that the dump site will be opening Tuesdays, starting next Tuesday. So with the nicer weather, we've been getting inquiries, so we are opening it up early to get people's yards, help them get them cleaned up and whatnot. So next Tuesday, the 19th, will be the first day that is open from 9 to 3:30?
9 to 3:30.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, a lot of trees have been cut down. I just wanted to call attention that the city did receive a $4,989 or $5,000 grant from Alliant Energy's 1 Million Trees Community Tree Planting Program. So we were looking to plant approximately 35 trees in the parks over the coming weeks in kind of recognition of Arbor Day, partnering with the school district and the senior center to have some volunteer help as well planting those trees. So we're placing those orders. So we will begin planting trees in the parks. If anybody out there also wants to make a donation, the city does have a program where we will take a donation to plant a tree in the park. So obviously cutting down a lot of trees, we have to begin planting. So Ashton applied for a grant and got the $5,000, so that'll go directly to trees in the next couple weeks here. I'll also just call attention to a program that the Parks and Rec Department is doing, the Bunny Hop. A lot of community involvement and support and partnership, particularly with the Early Bird Kiwanis. So Parks and Rec I would encourage anybody with a 2 to 10-year-old to attend that event because it appears it's going to be very well done. Just the weather needs to cooperate. In addition to that, I had provided some correspondence and plans regarding St. Wenceslas Street. We continue to plan that project out, working with the school district to accommodate some of their longer range plans with the Ingalls Field there. It still hopes that we can get that, keep that moving for bid coming up here in the next month. The communications HR generalist position has posted. We are accepting applications, so if there's anybody interested in that position with the city, certainly we'd encourage you to apply. And finally, there's a note in my report regarding some financial management planning with Ellers. So I will make note that the city did have to work with Moody's regarding our bond rating. And after the 2022 audit was finalized and submitted to all of the individuals that we are required, or entities, financial entities we're required to submit it to, Moody's had a concern, so they flagged the audit regarding mostly our fund balance and some of our capital projects. So they reviewed our bond rating and held it at an A1 rating. So there was not a there's not a downgrade, which is a good thing. But we have some work to do in terms of funding capital, and just the delay in the 2022 audit certainly put us behind in making adjustments. So now we have to, we have some work to do, but we'll bring forward likely a proposal with Ellers to sort of stabilize and get us in a better place with that. So we're not getting Moody's having to re-rate us all the time. So it's good news that our bond rating held, but it also, they sort of said you have some work to do. So we will continue to work on that. If you have any questions, certainly let me know.
Any questions for Adam?
Will the closure of the two TIDs assist in that at all, or not really?
In the bond rate or anything?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I do not have any communications or appointments this evening. Is there any comments or future agenda items from council?
I have a possible agenda item that with the closure of no trucks on Griswold Street, there's a group of, and I'll just say farmers, that would like to possibly talk to the city about during the harvest time, lifting that ban for whatever, 2-month period or whatever, so they can come through town that way. And I don't know if this is the, the forum to discuss it coming up, or if it should go to a different committee or, but they're going to get a group of guys together and come in and talk about it.
I'll second that I've heard from some of them too. And just to add a little bit more sort of behind that, the current route that they have to now go on, some have done some studies, is the extra gas, because there's more of an uphill, so for their trucks, and they have said it's actually quite significant for the local farmers, and the amount of extra gas on the uphill, on the alternative route that they have to go on.
Okay, well, we'll save discussion for that for when it's on the agenda.
Yeah,
But
okay.
Thank you.
Then I have one other thing. I'd just like to remind everybody that the Little White Schoolhouse is having an open house this Saturday, March 16th, celebrating the 170th anniversary of the founding of the Republican Party in Ripon. It starts at noon, goes till 3, and everybody is welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
By Steve, seconded by Doug. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Opposed? We're adjourned at 7:33. Thank you, everybody.